Hey Run Junkies, thanks for tuning into today's training update. Before I get into how it all went this week, it's kind of less important about all of the ins and outs of the running and the strength training, but we've had kind of a rough week. We said goodbye to our 15-year-old yellow lab this week. Yuha was really struggling toward the end and it was time to let him go. While there was a lot of peace, and I promised myself I wasn't gonna cry for this one, which is precisely why I didn't go live. There was a lot of peace around making that decision, but it's been tough for us to adjust. It's been a lot quieter around here. He is noticeably missing, and we're having trouble getting used to him not being around. Now, the reason I bring this up is not to garner sympathy. It is not, I appreciate the condolences that I'm sure are coming. You guys have been so supportive of me and my training and my family, but I bring this up as an illustration that our training does not exist in a vacuum. We all have different ways of coping and grieving and processing things like this. And it's up to us to decide how we do that, what that looks like. It's different for everyone, but we have to allow ourselves the grace and the patience to let ourselves feel our way through it. Sometimes we need to go for a run. Sometimes we need to sit on the couch and binge watch Mystery Science Theater 3000. Sometimes we need to go out for happy hour. Sometimes all three of those things happen in a single day. No time limit imposed on our grieving process. No one can dictate that for us. And our regular routine is thrown into chaos as a result. So why do we have to behave as if nothing has happened? We don't. And it's times like this that we have to go easy on ourselves, to allow ourselves some grace, especially when, if you're like me, you have impossibly high expectations of yourself to begin with. We need to be sad or happy or angry or whatever it is that gets us through. So I made sure to lower my expectations this week. I allowed myself some wiggle room on my runs if they got done at all. My runs didn't have to be perfect, but this is how I process. I actually feel better. There is so much catharsis and processing that happens for me out on a run that not going running would be more of a challenge to my grieving process. So every day this week that I had a run scheduled, I went for a run, not because it was scheduled, but because I needed to personally and I wanted to. Now, I'm not sure I have a point except to say this. When life gets in our way, it messes with our heads and our hearts and our plans, the first thing we need to stop and make sure we're doing is taking care of ourselves and taking care of our families, whatever that looks like for each of us. And that's really what I tried to do this week. I lived by my motto. I do the best I can with what I got. That's all I can expect of myself, and it's all that I can expect of anyone else. So this week was big. My kid's really struggling because if you do the math, he's 9 and my dog was 15. He's never known a household without Yuha as a part of it. We spent a lot of time talking about Yuha and how much we miss him, but just being present in our grief is what we need right now. So that's all I really wanted to say about that. And as far as my training goes, I'm on track. I'm 4 weeks out from the Boulder. I have a lot of track workouts coming up. I got my new plan from Coach Christine and I'm feeling pretty ready. This week I didn't have a lot of breakthrough workouts, which is good considering there wasn't a lot of brain power I had to put into each one of these runs. So coming up, I have a lot of things in the hopper for you guys. Tuesday, I'm gonna talk about hydration. And next Saturday, I actually was challenged by Laura over at Joyful Miles to do a haul video. So if you wanna see some of that cool stuff, please subscribe so you don't miss it. There's a lot more awesome coming from Running with Grace. Thank you so much for watching. Go find your awesome. And until the next time, happy running.